Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor, along with talking about the ton of new information we just got for the next 7 episodes of the Chaos League and what seems to be shaping out to be the beginning of the Team Flare arc. For today's video, I want to tackle the concept or idea that some people have brought up, myself included, that Alain is kind of serving out to be the XYZ anime's version of Tobias. So if you haven't heard already, we got a ton of new information, what seems to be Team Flare interrupting the Chaos League, which would be freaking insane, but for like the next episodes, from I think from 37 all the way to 43. So I'll get to that in a little bit. On screen, if you haven't seen already, we got the new Ash vs. Shota preview. Of course, that's going to be 6 on 6, airing on July 21st. So if you hear any noise in the background, but anyway, hopefully by the end of this video, along with talking about the whole Team Flare Chaos League stuff, I'll kind of give my own input on this this idea that Alain is kind of serving out to be the Chaos League's version of Tobias. So the main thing, if I can put it on screen, is so we kind of got this new like data broadcast stuff. So if you don't know, of course, with each episode we get a new like Who's That Pokemon segment, where they kind of feature the new Pokemon that's kind of like been featured for each episode. So here we have for the next 7 episodes for Pokemon XYZ episode 37 all the way to 43. So I'm gonna go through them one by one, and let me know in the comments which you find most exciting or you guess most interesting. So feel free to check it out for yourself if you haven't already. But here we go, reading them one by one. Pokemon XYZ episode 37 is Metagross. Episode 38, Charizard. Episode 39, Houndour. Episode 40, Zygarde. Episode 41, Malamar. Episode 42, Lucario. Episode 43, Greninja. So the first 2 episodes for me are really interesting because already with the whole Ash vs. Alain Chaos League finals thing, which is going to be freaking insane, the fact that we seem to be going right into the Team Flare arc would be pretty interesting, and I'll get to the whole Alain Tobias kind of comparison in a little bit. But I guess other than that, the one thing I find really interesting, and let me know if you guys find it interesting too, is Malamar for episode Pokemon XYZ episode 41. We haven't seen Malamar, or I guess the evil Malamar, in a long time. So if you don't remember, of course, in the Pokemon XY season, we had, of course, the evil Malamar, which kind of had their whole plot, which is kind of interesting on itself. I would love to see them kind of intervene with Team Flare. I had my own little theory in early on that kind of Malamar like almost works together or manipulates Team Flare. That would be interesting in itself. But the fact that we could potentially see evil Malamar again would be pretty awesome. So let me know if you find anything of that interesting for yourself. Let me know in the comments. For Lucario for Pokemon XYZ episode 42, for me, I can easily see that to be Karina kind of helping out in, the rest of the gang. Episode 43 is probably like an episode that's significant for Ash and his Greninja, the whole battle thing that's going to go on. Episode 40, like I said, actually 39 and 40 before I get to the main stuff. Episode 39 is Houndour and episode 40 is Zygarde. So that seems to be Team Flare interrupting the league and then kind of like activating Zygarde. This whole Chaos crisis that's kind of been hinted up to this point is what at least I can gather, because especially with the most recent episode title that I was talked about in my most recent video, this idea that like there's some individual, some unknown individual like the Chespin interacts with, and that kind of like leads up to something. We don't really know for sure, but if we get any information, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But let me know what do you guys think of this. For me, this is easily going to be the Team Flare interrupt Chaos League scenario, which would be freaking awesome. I definitely don't mind, and it'd be pretty interesting to see just how exactly that turns out, because the main thing they've been focusing on is kind of getting the Mega Evolution energy and kind of start the whole Chaos crisis and whatever it is that Alessandro wants to do with Zygarde. So, and of course we're going to get probably some Bonnie stuff with Zygarde, which would be pretty awesome in itself. So getting to the main kind of like, I guess, alternate focus of this video, with Alain kind of being reminiscent to Tobias. Of course, Pokemon XYZ episode 37 Metagross, and episode 38 is Charizard. So for those of you who don't remember, as of the recording of this video, the only 2 Pokemon we know of Alain's Chaos team, or Chaos League team, is Metagross and Charizard, of course, from Mega Charizard X. So for me, I've seen a lot of people in the comments of various videos, my own videos as well, kind of making this comparison to Alain and Tobias. Now in Tobias we only know, so if you don't remember Tobias, man, where did I freaking start? We had 2 Pokemon for Tobias. We had Darkrai and we had Latios. Other than that, and I guess the fact that Tobias was only introduced in the Sinnoh League, I guess was back then, we knew nothing about him ever before. So the fact that he just came in, demolished Ash's team, and just pretty much took the title away from him, which was kind of a douche move on Pokemon's part. I don't know. I thought Tobias was an interesting character. I mean, I would have much preferred if we actually knew about him than he just could literally come out of nowhere and just take away Ash from the title. At least with this, I kind of see, and I'll make a video more devoted to this, what exactly this means for Alain or Ash, like who exactly will win the Chaos League. How I can see this is the main difference between Alain and Tobias, in my opinion, is unlike Tobias, we know Alain. We've known Alain since Mega Evolution Act 1. We know how strong he is. He's battled 10 Mega Evolution in a row. He defeated Malva, an Elite Four member. He and Mega Charizard X held his own against Zygarde, a legendary Pokemon. So I don't want to talk about this whole idea of who will win Ash versus Alon. We already know they're gonna battle in the finals, but I'm curious. I'm curious what you guys think. Like, how do you think this is gonna shape out? Because along with the Chaos League battle between the two, Ash and Alon are presumably gonna battle during the Team Flare arc. So how exactly is that gonna work? Like, if they battle once during the Chaos League, how exactly is that gonna shape forward in terms of like them battling in the Team Flare arc? Like, what exactly is the scenario that they happen again? Because I think a lot of people want to see is Ash and his friends realizing that Alon is the bad guy, kind of working Team Flare. Of course, like, he's been manipulated, of course, but regardless, he's working for Team Flare. This, like, it's literally a battle of good versus evil, and I'm super excited for that battle too, but I'm curious what you guys think. So, like I said, the only two Pokemon we know as of this point is Metagross and Charizard. How I can see this is, and easily making a comparison to the Ash versus Tobias battle during the Sinnoh League, I can see Metagross being the highlight of Pokemon XYZ episode 37, and just demolishing Ash's team, and then kind of like the last Pokemon, of course, will be Ash Greninja. Maybe Ash Greninja defeats Metagross after maybe taking some damage or something like that, and then the final between those two, between Ash versus Alon in the Chaos League finals, and it'll be, I guess, a two-parter, kind of with Ash vs. Shota. We have a two-part episode. This will also be a two-part episode. So Pokemon XYZ episode 38 will be maybe Ash Greninja versus Mega Charizard X. Like I said, I don't really know up to this point. The only stuff we know, at least confirmed up till now, is that Ash vs. Alon will be taking place in the Chaos League finals, and then what seems to be shaping out is that Team Flare might be interrupting the league. Maybe they're just stopping it as a whole, maybe not pausing. I don't really know for sure, you guys, but it's freaking insane, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What exactly do you think is going to go on? Who do you think is going to win between Ash versus Alon in the Chaos League finals? How exactly do you think the Team Flare arc is going to shape place? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace, stay hyped, and as always, best wishes.